Championships knockout stages. And a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live here on ESPN. You can see we are packed to the rafters. It's an all-Philippine affair. With a race to 10 alternate breaks, referee in charge of the action is Michaela Tab, and it's now time to meet our players. Mabuhay Pilipinas! Would you please welcome firstly from Nudalao, the fisherman and the reigning Whirlpool League champion, it's Dennis Orcollo! And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from beautiful Angeles City, Una Principe at ang Mera. Ladies and gentlemen, pinakamanggaling numero uno, it's the magician, Efren Reyes!
This one has had the build-up of a heavyweight fight in Vegas, hasn't it?
That's what it looks like.
Let's hope the action's half as good. It could be. It really could be on paper. Efren Reyes is the man they've all come to see. Dennis Orcollo, very, very capable.
This is literally the match of the century right now in the Philippines. The king for many years, the heir apparent to the throne, Dennis Orcollo.
Just about got through his group stage, needed the win over Steve Davis late into the night last night, and here he is again going late into the night in sudden death elimination, and he's up against this fella here who, just like Dennis Orcollo, wasn't exactly firing on all cylinders, was he? He is world ranked 34, forget about that. He's the best in the business when he's on his game, and everybody knows that. Lost first time out, squeaked past against Radoslav Babicka, and then didn't exactly light it up against Roya Pancho either. So Reyes could definitely find another level. Orcollo will certainly need to find his A game. And it's a race to 10, and let's see who's going to get us underway. Who wins the lag?
Looks like Dennis got it.
Dennis Orcollo wins the lag.
Well, an all-Filipino affair. It'll be an all-Filipino affair in the last 32 as well. Ronnie Alcano disposed of Roberto Gomez earlier today, 10-1, having squeaked in at the death. Alcano is certainly making the most of his lease of life, and he'll be in this auditorium somewhere, casting an eye on these two. And I made the point when I looked at this match, Jay, you see so many Filipinos in good form, but then when they find themselves head-to-head with Efren Reyes, it's amazing how often their game deserts them. So many of them are beaten before they start simply because of the aura the man in the red shirt there projects.
He does have an intimidation factor, that's for sure. This kid is fearless, though. Uh-oh, scratch in the first break.
Foul shot.
How bad a start is that? He really loaded up on that break. And you heard Steve Davis saying about how it started to break a bit faster. He loaded up, but lost the cue ball. That didn't get pushed in. That was all on Dennis.
Well, we've seen a lot of players with a soft break on this table, but Dennis hit it full bore. Nothing wrong with that, but you must control the cue ball. This is setting up real good for Efren, this first rack.
It certainly does. This is the sort of match that will bring out the best in Reyes. The pre-tournament favourite against, as you so rightly say, Derek, Jay, one of those guys, Dennis Orcollo, that is snapping at his heels and good enough to take that crown should the old master slip.
Efren never ceases to amaze. Just when you think he's a little bit over the hill, he wins another big championship. Oh, this is close. Yeah, he got it in there. He slid it in. Went a little bit farther than he wanted on the 6 ball here.
The atmosphere around this auditorium is incredible. You can barely find an empty seat. In fact, you can't find an empty seat, forget it. If you're planning on coming in, don't bother.
Standing room only. They're up in the rafters there.
But that means that there are going to be distractions for these players. There will be movement around this table, so focus will be a key.
Oh, look at this. The magic of Efren Reyes. I mean, you know, he was playing position. He wanted to go 3 rails around the 9 ball to get shape on the 7.
What must Dennis Orcollo be thinking already? Not only is he up against Efren Reyes, he's broken and scratched, and then seen Reyes fluke the 9. How much worse is it going to get? If you're looking for an omen, if you're Dennis Orcollo, you will not like what you've seen. And he settles down, ready to get back to work.
Let's see if Efren uses a hard break.
Second rack, Efren Reyes took break, leading by 1 rack to 0.
Everyone I've ever commentated alongside, Jay, I've asked him the same question. What's the weakness in this man's game? I've yet to hear an answer.
The break shot. This was a shot right here.
Well, that was a prophetic comment. A dry break.
Yeah. He jammed all these balls up down in the lower left there. Efren actually breaks better now than he ever has, but it's still not one of the more powerful breaks in the game.
Yes, he's got the push-out option, of course, here, Dennis. He might want to, I mean, he could just run that 5, the orange 5, into that little trio of balls there, just to really mess that end of the table up if he wanted to. Look.
Well, he's got an open shot to win. He's got an open shot at the 1, so he'll shoot the 1. He'll have a good angle on the 2. But then the tricky part's going to be, how is he going to get on the 3 ball? If he can get on the 3, he might be able to break these balls up. Dennis is a very offensive-minded player. This is tricky. If he touches the 5, it's a foul.
He didn't. And he didn't get the... Oh, he did. That was a heart stopper.
Interestingly enough, he doesn't have a bad angle on the 2. If he can get over to the side rail, that one drops.
You know, if this one had stood up for Dennis, he might have wondered what the pool gods had in store for him tonight. As it was, it dropped, and as you say, the angle for this is very encouraging.
Tricky little shot. He wants to slide that cue ball down past the 9, along the left side rail, and have a shot at the 3 in the lower right corner. Tough shot to execute, but this is a man that can do it. Well, it looks like he's going another way. He's going this route. Looks like he wants to... Uh-oh, he might have gone too far here. Look out. He did.
This is a disastrous start for Dennis Orcollo.
He was playing position to bank the 3 next cross side and just overhit the cue ball a little bit.
And we've seen, as that cue ball says goodbye to Dennis, we've seen how many times how Efren Reyes can take a table that looks a bit messy and clean it up very quickly. A couple of shots and you're looking around going, well, where was the problem with that?
I think he'll shoot the 3, try to draw the cue ball back in the same position and shoot the 4 in the same... Oh, no, he's playing a combination. Shooting the 4-6. What he's looking at here is after the 4 hits the 6, the 4 is going to move off to the right, and he'll be able to shoot the 4 next in the other corner pocket. No one positions the balls better than Efren does.
Well, first he's got to just make sure of this combo. That was never in doubt, and as you say, the 4 has been... And